vibration. Show the world what you got to give. Time to raise.
Right on. Welcome everyone to Raise Your Vibration Online for our first live online presentation here. We've got some amazing music and speakers. Got Todd Herzog and Clifford Starks, who's going to be speaking and sharing his wisdom, as always.
How is everybody doing?
Doing good.
Good. And Gwendelyn Kay is the hostess with the mostest, as always.
Absolutely.
She is going to be here. Hold on one second here. Okay. And we've got Carrie Alexander on. Hi, Carrie. And Michael, welcome. They're going to be our musicians next week. Luke and Claire is their stage name. We're very excited to have them. So everyone who's on right now, if you want to mute yourself out, except for the speakers and musicians, and we will start from here. So this is, like I was saying, our first online. Very excited for Raise Your Vibration. Every week we're going to be doing this on Friday at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And we're going to be bringing, in these times it's definitely needed, more inspiration, more love, more vibration to raise what's going on the planet, and keep focused on really why we're here and what our purpose is. And it's really just to come together as community and have some inspirational music and song and meditation, and just, you know, keep moving forward and making a difference on the planet. So welcome, Lori. Welcome to the call. Gwen, would you like to jump in here and say something?
Absolutely. So this is a really great opportunity to take, some time out from your day. You've got things to do, or maybe you don't. I know some people are at home. And this is a really fantastic way of Howard's bringing people together with music that's super inspirational, and talks and conversations that we can have to uplift you and to just really get your day started and maybe get your week started and have you looking at things a little differently for yourself. So it's fantastic. Glad to be here.
For sure. We're going to be recorded. We are recording this. So every week we're going to have it recorded. That's going to be on the Facebook page, as well as going to send out an email. So if you're not on the email list, go to the unlimitedpossibilitiesevent.com, where you can actually sign up for the email list. You're going to get a little gift that we'll give you of 10 ways to raise your vibration, which Clifford wrote for us, that we'll share with you. And then you'll be updated every week as to what's going on with all our speakers. Next week, we're going to have Richard Rogers from Unity of Phoenix, who's a fabulous speaker. Luke and Claire are going to be performing for us. And then we're going to have a great meditation from a special guest who I'm not telling you yet, but you'll see it'll be phenomenal. So thanks for being here. We're going to get the show on the road here with Todd performing a beautiful song for us today. So Todd, take it away.
Reminder to everybody to go ahead and mute yourself if you're not one of the, so we can definitely hear and see everything.
For sure.
So anyway, this song was written as a kind of a new social awareness kind of song, and it was featured on a compilation called Together as One, and I think it's appropriate, even though we can't come together physically, that we continue to come together like this emotionally, spiritually, and in community. So this one is called Here and Today. Hey, hey, hey. Hey, yeah. Hey, yeah. Hey, yeah. Darkness cannot drive out the darkness. Only light can drive that darkness away. Hate cannot drive out the hatred. Only love can bring the dawning of the day. There's a time when peace will be upon us. time for which our prophets wait, but the time to embrace one another is here and today. Here and today. We can't turn our backs on the work before. Though we may not live to see fulfillment day, we can't wait for someone else to write the chorus. Only we can say the words we're meant to say. There's a time when peace will be upon us, time for which our prophets wait, but the time to embrace one another is here and today. Here and today. Blackest night is pierced by a single candle. The silence is erased by just one voice. So in this time of ignorance and anger, let us come together and rejoice. There's a time when peace will be upon us, a time for which our prophets wait, but the time to embrace one another is here and today. Here and today.
Woo! That was amazing, Todd. Thank you, thank you. All right, Clifford, take it away, man.
Hey, thanks for that, Todd. So today I wanted to talk about raising your vibration and raising your vibration in a healthy way, because ultimately, with everything that's been going on, the goal is to control the things that we can control. And it's not to say not to somewhat focus on what you can't control, but really be aware and take the actions that you need to take. And so ultimately, as we go on this journey, really building our immune systems as strong as we can so that we are ready to do what we need to do and continue to basically fight, because I feel like we're in a little bit of a war right now. We're in a war, and it's not with people, it's with a virus. And that's a war that can still be won. And it's what are we going to do? And so first and foremost, this is the thing that people often miss, but it's probably the most important piece, and that's going to come down to breathing. Simple breathing. But it's not just breathing, it's conscious breathing. It's how we consciously breathe. It can either bring our vibration very, very low, if we're breathing shallow, if we're breathing quickly, or it can bring our vibration up very, very high if we're breathing with presence and being in the moment of the breaths that we're taking. And so one way I'd say to improve on breathing, it's a Wim Hof technique that I personally used myself. And I've been using it for a few years now, actually. I don't get sick. And full disclaimer, I'm not going to say you won't get sick, but I will say I don't get sick. I don't get colds. I don't get flus. And it's been ever since I've followed this routine and another routine that I'm going to tell you about. But what the Wim Hof technique, it's a 30 big breath breathing technique where you're breathing in as deep as you can and you're filling everything up. You're bringing your diaphragm, you're getting your diaphragm involved, and you're opening up your stomach, you're opening up your chest, you're opening everything together because the body flows together. It's in togetherness. It's not just stomach breathing, and it's clearly not chest breathing, but it is opening everything up together. And you do that 30 times, and you just let it out. You're not going to force it out. You're breathing in, and you let it out. Breathe in, let it out. And you're going to do that for 30 times. On the last breath, you're going to let it out. So you're going to exhale, and then you're going to hold that breath. So you're going to hold with half the oxygen in the lungs. And what that's going to do, when you're in an alkaline state, when you're taking those deep, deep breaths, you're getting rid of the CO2 and you're bringing your oxygen levels up. And so you're going to probably be able to hold your breath longer than you normally would. And what that's doing, it's getting your body in that fight or flight state. So you're working on the sympathetic nervous system and the parasympathetic nervous system. With the breaths, you're working more on the parasympathetic, which is the rest and digest. On the breath hold, you're working with the sympathetic nervous system, which is your fight or flight. And when you work those two systems together, you will empower your immune system. And so I urge you to make sure to focus in on doing those kind of things. Whatever form of breathing you have to do that works for you, use that. Because different things work for different people. And if this isn't a breathing technique you're going to do, then find one that will work for you. Now, the second piece is really about staying as hydrated as possible, getting in as much water as you can. We sometimes lack that because we don't really think about it that much, you know, and when we're dehydrated, our immune systems are shot. And so make sure you're getting in enough water and make sure you're getting in the right kind of water. If you're getting alkalinized water, it's probably going to be a better fit. One thing that you can do to help alkalinize your water, ironically, is with lemons. Lemons are acidic, but when you drink them, it has an alkalining effect in the body. So lemonized water or regular water, just keep it as clean as you can. The third is going to come down to our nutrition. And with nutrition, it's do your best to avoid sugars, specifically right now, because sugars will absolutely shock your immune system. It's not good for it. The other piece with that, just like I said, I haven't been getting sick. One thing that I do remember when I would really get sick was when I overdosed on sugar. If I overdosed on sugars or alcohols, it was not good for me in any way. And I would feel like crap and my immune system was compromised, and that's when I would get in trouble. So limit those sugars and eat those foods that are living as much as possible. I know that we have to have food storage, and we're working on, there's other ways that you can do that will help with that process. For instance, it's going to be like pastas. Don't overeat pasta, just enough to maintain. But I will say this. When I would go into the grocery stores and I would see all the toilet paper was gone, none of the bone broth was gone. None of the vitamin C was gone. None of all those things that will help to strengthen our immune system were gone. But I know everyone's going to have a clean butt. Like, I know that for sure. And that's where it's just like, all right, let's try and get as aware as possible as we can, because our fears can make us do crazy things. They really can. And so when we can say, all right, well, what can I control in this moment? And go, oh, crap, I didn't think about that stuff. I didn't think about the foods that I was eating. Yeah, the foods that we're eating are going to make a big difference. The next piece, the way we think about it, our stressors will destroy us. If we focus on what we cannot control instead of the things that we can control, it will bring us down, and it will truly bring our immune systems down. Because too much stress has a very negative effect on the body. So focus in on what you can control and what you can do, and give yourself the power. What we want to do here as a community is support one another and remind each other that to be scared or fearful from time to time isn't necessarily a bad thing. But if you can get aware of it and you can get conscious of it, and you can say, okay, is being scared in this moment right now helping me? If it's not, let it come in and let it go out. Don't try and force it out, but let it come in and let it come out. And the next piece of the puzzle is going to be supplementation. We can focus on our supplementation right now. And that's when I would say vitamin C. Everyone has a different level of what works for them, because we're all different shapes, sizes, and weights. Ultimately, I would recommend, and again, I'm not a physician or a doctor, but I would recommend keeping your vitamin C a little bit higher than you normally would. So for me personally, I do mine to 3,000 to 5,000 milligrams, depending, and I'm roughly around 200 pounds. So go with what works best for you. If you haven't been taking any vitamin C, I definitely wouldn't recommend going straight up to 5,000 milligrams. Figure out what works best for you. And on top of it, oil of oregano has been one of my best friends. I get mine's a not completely pure, but it's about 70%. The reason I say not completely pure, you can actually burn your mouth if you do get that. But you want to get the purest form that you can find. Drop that. It's hot. I'm going to warn you there. But if you drop 3 droplets in, right, underneath your tongue, and you sit there for a while, and you let it absorb. So vitamin C and oregano oil have been my go-to right now. I'm really keeping my immune system as strong as I can keep it. The other piece, curcumin, which is a descendant of turmeric, I believe. I haven't taken curcumin myself. This was from a doctor's order, and I've researched it. It's good stuff. I mean, I definitely believe it's very good stuff, and it's something that you can research your own and see if that's something you would want to add to your list. So vitamin C, curcumin, and oil of oregano. Ultimately, let's be as calm and as empowered as possible on this journey, and keep moving ourselves in the way that we need to move ourselves into. And if we're scared, or if we're nervous, or if we're afraid of something, research. The most important thing you can do is research, be as aware as possible, and be proactive instead of reactive. And that is what I got.
All right, Cliff.
Any
So,
questions?
yeah, I have a question, Cliff. I didn't really introduce you in the beginning about your background, which was a UFC fighter. For how many years did you fight for?
So I fought for 8 years.
Okay. So I
Yeah.
know being a UFC fighter takes a lot of mindset, right? I mean, it takes
Oh, yeah.
a lot of mental strength to get back in that ring when you know that you're being beaten down, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't know many people that would want to go in the ring with some of these UFC fighter guys. So the fact that you did that, or with you, I'm sure, the fact that you did that, what did you have to do for your mindset? How would you suggest for everyone here with what's going on? Because we are in a fight right now, right? Going on right now, like you said, a war. It's a fight of our mind, staying strong, and keeping our energy raised, and staying in the light, or buying into the fear, the worry, and the darkness. Tell me what would you suggest to keep our minds focused and strong?
So I'll tell you, one of the scariest parts of fighting was controlling my mind. And what I mean by that is you have to control when your adrenaline levels go high to get ready to get in the battle that you're going to get into. The scariest part for me wasn't the being in there. it was the preparing for it. And so when I would get prepared for it, I would talk to myself. You know, I would have a conversation with myself and say, all right, am I controlling what I can control right now? And if I wasn't, then I would focus on what I could control right now. And Todd had an amazing song for us. Music is powerful. It really is. It puts us back into that present moment, into the present state that we have to be in. And so what I would always do is start listening to music just to get me back into the presence. And that's what gets people in trouble. It's not necessarily the fear or the danger per se. It's the thoughts of the uncertainty of we don't know what's going to happen next. But no one ever knows what's going to happen next. This is just something that's being really thrown at us consistently. And so it's something that we're so aware of, and our senses are so heightened from it that we're thinking, what about this? Well, we don't have time to worry about the what ifs because we don't know what if. We only know present moment. And so when we can go back into our present moment and say, well, I can listen to music to calm me down, or I can do the research to calm me down. I can focus in on what I can control instead of focusing in on what you can't control, because it turns into a big spiral and it just gets really bad really, really quick, because you're trying to deal with all of these uncontrollables, all of these uncertainties. And my answer is just get back into the presence. Just look within. What do you have control of? Not what don't you have control of.
Exactly. Beautiful answer. Thank you.
Absolutely.
So I'm going to open up the lines a little. Whoever wants to ask a couple questions, just unmute yourself, or a question or two, and Cliff will answer some questions for you. Anyone out there? Gwen, you want to ask something? I think you're muted. There you go.
Yeah, I'm going to unmute myself that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I guess one of my questions for you right now is, you know, what is the number one thing that you get up in the morning with for yourself to keep yourself going every day?
I actually have a treadmill at home, and the first thing I do is walk on my treadmill. And it was so funny because a couple of days it was going by, and I'm like, I'm going to be so ready for this thing. Like, as I'm sweating, I'm like, I'm going to be so ready for what's to come, because it's coming. You know, it's something that's coming. Ultimately, what that does, it really centers me. It gets everything filtered out of me, you know, all of that gunk. I also, after I finish my sweat, I drink a lot of water afterwards, and I just feel amazing. You know, I just feel good and ready to take on the day.
Fantastic. That's awesome.
Excellent. Anyone else have any questions?
Well, I don't have a question.
Oh, hi, Michael.
Like to make a comment on what Cliff said.
Yeah, please.
Yeah, the Wim Hof breathing, awesome. Carrie and I practice it almost every single day. We haven't done it yet today.
Nice.
And there's videos on YouTube that you can go to do it with. There's tons of them. And we do one with 5 rounds, the 30 breaths, and it's got like a 2-minute and 7-second hold. Does anybody here think you can hold your breath out for 2 minutes or more?
I got up to
I've gotten
4
to 3 minutes and 5 seconds.
Yeah, we've made it over 4 minutes, because when you do the 30 rounds first, you'll be amazed. And so many amazing things happen in the body when you're holding your breath out.
So oxygenated, you can do a lot more push-ups during that time, or whatever you usually do. You can wait.
Yeah,
So
that's more advanced in his training, but you have tremendous levels of nitric oxide. If you don't know how amazing nitric oxide is for you, go research it. I don't want to take up the time explaining all that, but just so many chemical changes and things happen when you're doing that breath hold where you're holding your breath out, it just lifts you up, and it gets rid of inflammation in your body. And anyway, we love it.
Yeah, we love it, and we really appreciate you bringing it up, Cliff, because not that many people seem to know about it. And also
Yeah.
what you said about getting up early and exercise and sweat. So do you do intermittent fasting? Do you recommend not eating for a while?
I'm a fan of intermittent fasting. I do say listen to what works best for you. And if you think about doing intermittent fasting, I would test small increments of intermittent fasting and advance from there. But yeah, I'm a big fan of intermittent fasting specifically because it's similar to the Wim Hof method. It gets your body, it stresses your body out, but it's a healthy stressor where it makes your body wants to become stronger. I'm curious, do you guys do the cold showers as well?
I have, but I haven't jumped in any ice
Not
water
that
pools.
much.
That's another one. I don't recommend that one too often unless I'm specifically coaching with that individual because I want to know what their tolerance level is. But I'm a big fan of the cold showers myself.
And singing, I can't wait for Todd. It looks like he's already, I think singing is the healthiest thing you can do for your body.
It is. I say there's so many different ways of going about it, whether it be, and it's so cool because Howard's brought so many magnificent people together with different strengths. Todd has music. Gwen has a laughing technique that I know would work wonders for people. It's a wonderful thing just to laugh and enjoy life. Like, we all know what an anxious, scared person looks like. And we know what a happy, joyous person looks like. But the truth of the matter is we can be that person whenever we want.
Right.
That's what people miss. It's just like you can take your power back and you can get big in a situation.
No matter what's going on in the world.
Yes. Yeah. And that's where heroes are created. Heroes are created when they are heroes during dark times.
Exactly. Well, thanks for sharing, Michael and Carrie. Carol Ann has a question.
Yes, hello. I'm pleased to have found this group and be a part of it today. And Clifford, thank you so much for talking about the Wim Hof breath method. I've used it off and on, but not always regularly. So I'd like to ask if I want to start using it more regularly. Do you do it once a day, numerous times a day? How often? I do other breath techniques too. I do find if I'm struggling a little bit to get into meditation, if I do a little bit of the Wim Hof, that helps me get out of my brain and into meditation. So just your suggestion on reincorporating it more on a regular basis, what would you suggest?
So my suggestion is what works best for you, and be really honest with yourself. So I would say do it 1 to 2 times, right? Mm-hmm. And do that for a couple weeks. And then after that, do it for 3 to 5 times.
Okay.
Do that for a few weeks and see what works better for you. I don't feel you have to do it any more than 5 times.
Okay.
But if you're a one-time type of person and you just feel best at one time, stick with the one time.
Okay.
The most important thing in all of this is the consistency. Mm-hmm. I think that's what people often miss the most. And so they're looking for the answer being, all right, I got to do this 5 times. I got to make sure I do it 5 times. But if 5 times isn't something that works for you and your mind's going to go, oh, we'll get it tomorrow. Oh, we'll get it tomorrow. Well, I can't do 5 times. But if you can do it 1 time, right, then just do it the 1 time. Or you can do intervals back and forth and go, okay, maybe I'll do it 1 time. And then sometimes I'll do it 3 times. Okay. Because I feel good between those 2.
So in other words, find a rhythm of it that works for me.
Yes,
with
find the thing
my
that's going to work.
And my meditation and my exercise. So, and I find doing these practices first thing in the morning before you get busy in your day work. At least for me, that works best. And I given myself my time. You know, the Wim Hof method reminds me of, I studied with some Hawaiian kahunas a number of years back, and they call it ha breath. They do a similar method, and they call it ha breath from aloha. It's interesting. I won't take any more time other than one more comment about the intermittent fasting. I too do that, and I love it. I find it's easier to do now that I'm on a more ketogenic type of diet where I'm burning fat rather than carbohydrates. And I can easily go 24 hours and eat one meal a day when I choose to do so. So I recommend it if people want to try it or find it fits their lifestyle. So thank you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Great,
Absolutely.
great.
I also wanted to bring another point out on what you were saying. When you say you started early in the day, it makes everything easier. And that's the other piece is when we get up, the goal is to be as proactive as possible. And the more proactive we can stay, the easier it is to make your whole day your day instead of being reactive right away. And that's what gets people in trouble is if they're getting up and they're checking their Facebook post or their emails and they haven't planned their day out. And so the day just runs away with them. And that's what gets people in a lot of trouble sometimes. So absolutely plan your day out, block it out, and give yourself times when, okay, I'm going to do these things at these times because they're important for my sanity, and my sanity is important for everything else.
Exactly. Well, thanks, Cliff. You were amazing. If you want to share your website for people where they can go to check out more about you and what you're doing, please.
Yeah, so you can find me at cliffordstarks.com. I'm actually going to be making a PDF that's going to focus on either mindset or mindfulness. I don't know what it's going to be yet, but stay tuned.
Awesome. Well, we look forward to having you back again for sure and being part of the community. Very awesome to have you here. And thanks again.
Thanks for having me.
And next, more songs from Todd. So Todd, take it away, my friend.
Thank you, Howard. Thank you so much, Cliff. That was really inspirational and educational as well. And thanks to all the participants for weighing in. And a lot of things that Cliff is referring to is like turning inward and trusting your own guidance on things. And that requires you to be able to really listen to what's going on in there. And I think, you know, we kind of get caught up in the very fearful times. And sometimes we can lose track of our own internal wisdom. We get sucked into the fear and everything that's surrounding us. And anyway, this song that I wrote was at a time when I had kind of lost that internal balance, and this was about coming back to that and remembering that wisdom that I had within me, and it's called Something to Believe In. As I walked out to the waterline, searching for peace of mind, my voice is lost in the crowd. Even my heart can be cynical, if not political, buried in shadows of doubt. I wanna be whole, but I've lost all control, so I let all the pain inside roll out on this time. I just need some kind of reason, something to believe in, some way to break from this ground. I need some clear-headed vision, get back to the mission, get back the wisdom I found, yeah. Trying to recall how I lost my way, but somehow the memories fade. leave those mistakes in the past. If I can finally forgive myself, break free from my own hell, let loose the waves that have crashed. I wanna be whole, but I've lost all control, so I let all the pain inside roll out on this tide. I just need some kind of reason, something to believe in, some way to break from this ground. Need some clear-headed vision, get back to the mission, get back the wisdom I found. Maybe tonight all the answers will come to be known. In the years that I struggled alone, bring me the solace I've waited for. Yeah, I just need some kind of reason, something to believe in, some way to break from this ground. I need some clear-headed vision, get back to the mission, get back the wisdom I found. I just need some kind of reason, something to believe in, some way to break from this ground. I need some clear-headed vision, get back to the mission, get back the wisdom I found. Thank you.
Nice.
So another, I work at a Jewish temple in Paradise Valley called Temple Solel, and recognize that some of us have different methods, whether it's exercise or breathing or meditation. I think prayer can also be a powerful thing during this time. And so I actually wanted to share a prayer that I wrote, a prayer for healing. And it's taken from 4 words in the Bible, and it's during this time when Moses' sister Miriam is sick, and he's praying to God, and he says, El na rafana la, God, please heal her. And the way the Hebrew language works, that if you change the word la to la nu, it means us as well. So I've included this phrase, El na rafana la, El na rafana la nu. So especially during this time, just wanted to offer that healing to ourselves individually, as well as everyone else who's with us. So the chorus goes like this, and wherever you are, I invite you to sing along, and the verses are kind of responsive, so if you feel like joining in with me, I encourage you to do that. The chorus goes, El na rafana la, rafana la nu. El na rafana la, rafana la nu. So just real simple. Dear God of our ancestors, dear God of our ancestors, help us renew our faith. Help us renew our faith. Perfect healing, grant us perfect healing. Bring peace to all our days. Bring peace to all our days. El na rafana la, rafana la nu. El na rafana la, rafana la nu. Restore our strength of body. Restore our strength of body. Help clarify our minds. Help clarify our minds. Refresh our tired spirits. Rejuvenate our light. Rejuvenate our El na Thank you for all these blessings. Thank you for all these blessings. Throughout our days and nights, throughout our days and nights, we celebrate the journey. We celebrate the journey. This precious gift of life. This precious gift. El na, fa na na, fa na na nu.
Excellent, Todd. Thank you.
Thank you.
You want to share one more with us?
I've got one more tune to share, and
Cool.
It's not one of mine, but it's actually a tune that John Mayer wrote, and he wrote it for the movie The Bucket List. And I find that during this time when we're all kind of isolated and we're not able to do the things that we have been able to do, it kind of forces us to strip it down to the most essential, the most important things that we have in life. And that's kind of what the movie was about. And so it's a song called Say What You Need to Say. And I think that especially during this time, communicating those things to the people that we love and being totally honest with ourselves and the people around us is just another way that we can heal during this time. So it goes like this. Take all your wasted honor, every little past frustration. Take all our so-called problems, better put them in quotations, and say what you need to say, 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 say what you need to say. Walking like a one-man army, fighting with the shadows in your head, living out the same old moment, knowing you'll be better off instead if you could only say what you need to say, 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 say what you need to say. Have no fear for giving in, have no fear for giving all of it. You better know that in the end, it's better to say too much than never to say what you need to say again. Even if your hands are shaking and your faith is broken, even as the eyes are closing, do it with the heart wide open, a wide heart. Say what you need to say, 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 say what you need to say.
Woohoo! That was great. Woohoo!
All right, Todd, that was fabulous. Thank you for being here. As always, Todd actually was the inspiration when him and I got together originally for the whole Raise the Vibration movement. And it was our idea to get this going and incorporate music with amazing motivational speakers. And it's just so great to have you as my friend and be a part of this. So thank you, Todd.
Same here, Howard. Thank you for bringing it to
Please,
fruition.
yeah, thank you. And please share your website and where people will get your music and how to find you and all that good stuff.
You can find me online, toddherzogmusic.com, and you can find me Facebook, Instagram. I don't do Twitter that much, but Facebook, Instagram, at Todd Herzog Music. So
Cool. Thank you.
My pleasure.
All right. So we're going to just end this little session here with a great little exercise meditation from Gwendelyn Kay, who will share her gifts with us for the next 10-15 minutes or so, and then we'll wrap up.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. I also want to mention that any of the speakers and musicians, you'll have the information online at the Raise Your Vibration site also, correct? And all the links and everything.
Yes, actually, so why don't we do that now? Thanks for bringing that up. So it's not up yet, but every week we're going to be doing this on Friday at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, like I mentioned. They're all recorded, and it's going to be on the website that I'm getting built right now, which is all the recordings every week will be on there. It's going to be raiseyourvibrationevent.com. And it should be up here in the next few days. I'll post it on the Facebook group and send it out to everyone. Again, if you're not on the email list, please go to the email list. If you go to unlimitedpossibilitiesevent.com, there's a link right there, or on the top. You can fill out your information for our email list, and we will update you on everything happening, as well as on the Facebook page. So, but that should be up here in the next few days with the new website. So thanks, Gwen.
Yeah. Fantastic. Yeah, that way you can, check in with these people, see if you want to, hang out with them, buy the products, and listen to more music. So that'd be fantastic. So thank you.
Thank you.
What we're going to do now is we're just going to do a short meditation. And so all this requires from anyone is that you just listen. And if you want to get in a quiet spot, maybe a comfortable spot in a seat, sitting down. And if you can't do that at this time, it's fine, because this is going to be recorded. You can come back and listen to it later. So this is fantastic. So just go ahead and get comfortable. And then what I do is I take a deep breath in through my nose. Let it out through your mouth. And all you have to really do is just listen to my voice and let your body start to relax little by little. And keep breathing in and out. We had just been hearing how important it is for breathing. A lot of you are really good at breathing. That's right. You might find that your shoulders are starting to relax, your head. And just move your body so that it's comfortable as you need to. And keep breathing in and out. You might let your eyes start to wander down and close if they're not already closed. And just allow that relaxation to start moving through your whole body, down through your head, from your shoulders. Feel it moving down through your chest and your torso. That's right. Moving down through your hips and your legs, down even to your very toes. It's amazing how as I'm speaking, your body just starts to relax more and more. And you don't have to go very far, you don't have to go very deeply, but you can just let yourself go a little bit right now in this moment. Listening to my voice, allowing your body in every way to start to relax more and more. And there might be sounds around you, and there might be parts of your body that feel differently, and that's absolutely okay. Just let that be. You can come back to it later. But travel with me a little bit as you listen to my voice, feeling the energy of relaxation running through your whole body down through your center. Now I want you to imagine you're in the most peaceful place you've ever been. For you. For me, it's a beach or a forest. Sometimes an empty auditorium where it's peaceful and quiet. Imagine the smells and the sounds. Imagine how you feel in this place. Imagine the wind on your skin. Take a deep breath in and let it out. Feeling even more deeply relaxed. Allowing this place that is just for you. Look around. Notice the things that are there. Notice how clear you feel when you're in this space. How peaceful. Yeah. What I want you to do is I want you to rise above this place, seeing yourself in the space of this safety and beautiful, peaceful place. Rise above yourself, looking down and noticing the light and the colors down below. And I want you to rise even farther and farther so you're above the earth, into the universe. And I want you to notice how everything below is connected with this beautiful golden light, almost like a beautiful net that twinkles. And everything looks just right from up here. You feel so connected in your body and in your soul, knowing that everything is perfect and exactly how it should be. And you can send healing down to the earth in a color that's just right for you. Allow that healing to fall onto the earth like a beautiful energy. And notice how good that feels inside of you, how right. And as you allow that to happen, I want you to come back down into your body, in that place that's peaceful and just right for you. And I want you to notice that there's a gift in front of you. This gift is just for you and for you alone. And as you open that gift, allow yourself to receive whatever that is. Feel the excitement and the joy and the peace even more deeply as you feel stronger and stronger, knowing that this gift is just right for you, knowing that it fills in the pieces that need to be filled in. As you take another deep breath, let it out, allowing yourself to feel fully healed, fully peaceful and strong in every way. Allowing that to feel in all parts of your body and all the cells and all of the places where you might not feel that way before. Notice how it fills in, feeling peaceful in every way, healthy, and strong, and clear. And this is a space that can just grow. You can come back to this space anytime that you need it by taking a deep breath in, and letting out, feeling that peace release inside of you, deep inside. And now, if there's anything else that you need to feel just right and perfect in every way, allow that to come into your center and fill it with a bright light. And imagine that light in the center of your being and allow that to get brighter and brighter. Notice what color it is and where it is in your body. Yeah. And today I just want you to say thank you. Thank you for all the blessings. Feeling strong and peaceful inside, I want you to start to come back into the room. Start feeling your body in the chair, feeling your fingers, move them a little bit, wiggle them. You might feel like you've had a deep, relaxing sleep, and bring that peace back with you, piece by piece. And notice how strong and clear you feel. Yeah, that's right. Move your head from side to side. Maybe stretch your arms in the air. Wiggle your shoulders. Come right back into the room and hear the birds singing. That's right. That's just perfect. So anytime that you need to go back to this space, I want you to just stand there. Take a deep breath in, hold it, let it out, and just feel that washing back into your body. Thank you all for going on that trip with me. I hope you feel relaxed and powerful and strong.
Thank you, Gwen. That was great. And yeah, that bird was just perfect timing. As soon as we started going through the meditation here, the bird started singing. So
Absolutely. So you can find my information. You can find some of my videos on YouTube at GKAY space Do It Anyway, all together, DOITANYWAY. And I have a website called GK, which is GK space Do It Anyway. So you can see more. I do some of my laughter yoga there. I'll put some meditations up there, and then of course you can come back here. Thank you, Howard.
yeah, thanks, Gwen. That was fabulous as always. So I'm going to unmute or mute everyone now. Hold on 1 second here. All right. So let me, Gwen, I'm going to unmute you. Can you unmute yourself? Okay. All right. Well, thanks everyone for being here. And we're going to do this every Friday. It's going to be, again, at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Next week, we have Reverend Richard Rogers from Unity of Phoenix, who is been around for, God, 30 years as far as I know. He is a major inspirational person in this community, and he has such fabulous messages that he's going to be sharing with us. We've got Luke and Claire, who are going to be performing. Look forward to that. They created the Raise Your Vibration theme song, which look forward to hearing that next week. And what else? We have a special meditation guest that you'll see next week. So that'll be next Friday, and then we have every Friday after that, going stronger, going until mid-May, where we have booked up with different speakers and musicians. So thanks all for being here. This will be recorded. Again, I'll put it on the Facebook page, which is Raise Your Vibration One-Day Gathering on Facebook. And once again, Raise Your Vibration One-Day Gathering. You'll see all the recordings and everything on there, as well as the email. And I think possibly Instagram too. So thanks all for being here. Have a great, fabulous week. Stay positive, raise your vibration, share it with the world, and we'll see you next week. Bye.
Raise your vibration. Show the